Cinema, in its purest form, was the silent era. Black and white silent films captivated the world. Then came sound.
In the electrical recording of sound, there is employed a pickup microphone.
Then came TV, and then came color. Color was great, but it almost obliterated the art of black and white cinematography. We can't see in black and white. It's another world. That's what makes it even more special. So let's take the color down to 0, adjust the contrast and brightness, and pretend that some things are just better in black and white.
That's swell.
Trancers is one of the best sci-fi films of the 80s. Clearly this was a knockoff of Blade Runner and The Terminator with zombie-like humans, aka Trancers, subbing in for replicants, but it's just so much fun.
Last January, I finally singed Martin Whistler out in one of the rim planets. Since then, I've been hunting down the last of his murdering cult. We call them Trancers, slaves to Whistler's psychic power. Not really alive, and not dead enough. It's July now, and I'm tired. Real tired.
Trancers was a low-budget, sci-fi, time-traveling comedy produced and directed by Charles Band. Band owned the company Empire Pictures at the time, and it is now referred to as Full Moon Entertainment. Band produced films such as The Puppet Master, Reanimator, and the Subspecies series. But the Trancers series are his best.
And what will you have, mister?
Coffee.
The real stuff? That's gonna cost you.
I deserve it. Find me some milk. I don't want any of that soy crap.
Coming up.
Trancers is set in the 23rd century as we follow Detective Jack Death, who is clearly ripped right from the pages of a Philip Marlowe adventure. Death is played to absolute perfection by comedian-turned-actor Tim Thomerson.
You see the guardsman. On your feet, trooper.
Ex-trooper. I stand for no one, McNulty.
Trooper Death accepts a mission to go down the line, aka time travel, to take out the head trancer Whistler, who has infiltrated the LA Police Department as its police chief.
How could you be sure Whistler's gone down the line?
Greetings to the council. As you may have gathered, I have survived the pathetic trap set by Trooper Death on Mekon 7.
Time travel in this film is much different, in that instead of stepping into a time machine, you actually transfer consciousness with your closest blood relative in the past. Some of the characters may land in either male or female bodies. It's a really fascinating concept that is also very budget-friendly.
We'll preserve your body on a suspension table, like this one.
Hap Ashby, 1963 Angels. What the hell is this?
I'm afraid that's the best I can do. All I know is he was in Los Angeles in 1985.
Oh, that's swell.
Excuse me. You'll just feel a little pressure.
Jack Death wakes up in present-day LA and finds himself the boyfriend of a very young lady named Lena, played by Helen Hunt.
Are you okay in there?
Yeah. Everything's fine.
The dialogue in Trancers is bouncy and fun. It's like a modern-day riff on Billy Wilder's Double Indemnity. Jack Death even likes to sport a trench coat and slicks back his hair because...
Dry hair's for squids. Let's get out of here.
Seemed like kind of an okay guy last night. Why doesn't he just turn you into one of these zombies? Or me?
You're too tough.
Tough?
Trancing only works on squids, people with weak minds, easily controlled. Lee and I won't get anywhere without a guide.
This kind of dialogue really lends itself to the films of the 40s and 50s. And this scene, where Jack realizes that Santa is actually a trancer, is a great example of the tongue-in-cheek fun of the script.
Hey, Mom, they shot Santa Claus.
The script was written by Danny Bilson and Paul DeMeo, who also wrote the 90s Flash series and the highly underrated Zone Troopers, which also features Tim Thomerson. Cinematographer Mac Albert shot a lot of Empire pictures, and this is one of his most fun, especially the night scenes, where Mac really does an excellent job with shadows and light.
Whistler.
None other. Farewell, Jack Death.
The gags in this movie, like the stopwatch that pauses time, are so much fun.
Fire.
There is even a scene where Jack is watching a black and white crime show on TV, literally winking to the audience here.
He stole my Liberty Ball.
Hey, what are you watching?
Some cop show.
Yeah.
Now, it ain't bad, but what the hell kind of name is Peter Gunn?
One of the best scenes is when Jack's boss, McNulty, travels back to Los Angeles and, unfortunately for him, lands in the body of a little girl. Allison Croft is so hilarious as the cigar-chewing, drinking, foul-mouthed, talking baby McNulty.
It's me, McNulty.
McNulty?
And none of your lip. This kid's the only ancestor I could find. It's been hell. I had to sneak past the parents and everything. Say, who's the skirt? Nice.
Tone it down, will you, McNulty?
This film has become a cult classic over the years since its release in 1984. It even has spawned 5 sequels.
Cheer up. You just singed your first trancer.
Great.
This film works in black and white because the spirit of the film is really based in the past. Just imagine a Humphrey Bogart movie with time travel, and you will have an absolute blast watching this picture.
You let that poor man be murdered?
Relax. You played it just right.
Was it a trick?
Yeah, sure. I'm a cop. I'm doing my job.
Prepare to witness your own demise.
Quentin Tarantino recently said that he thought Trancers was one of the most original concepts of time travel that he's ever seen in a movie, period.
I kind of like it here.
Trancers is a fantastic series, and I would recommend the entire series with Thomerson in the lead role, but the first one is the most fun, and especially in black and white.
Security, we've got trouble at the North Pole.